Well, it seems as though we've got something in the mail. Now, if you know what this is, you clearly looked at the thumbnail of this video before clicking on it. And if you don't know what this is, well, I'm about to show you. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And I know it's been a while, but we're here today to do something completely different, something that we've never done before, opening some Pokemon cards. So if you guys are excited about this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below, and let's jump straight into the box opening. So first things first, before I explain to you guys why I have bought this box specifically, I'm gonna be telling you guys a little bit about my early connection to Pokemon. And then at the very end, if you stick around to the end, I'll be showing you guys my personal collection, which I've been collecting over the past year or two, worth a little bit over 300 euros. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, make sure you stick around to the end of the video so I can show you guys my personal collection. Right then, let's jump straight into this. So, where does my connection for Pokemon cards start? Well, when I was still living in Africa, hang on, wait, let's open this. Let's open this first. As I said, when I was still living in Africa, I made friends with this guy, this little kid at the time. Now we're still friends today, but I made friends with this guy called Tino. Tino's from Zimbabwe, and we met when I was around 6. And, you know, being two little boys who, you know, didn't used to do so well in sports, we bonded over our love for cartoons. Shows like Bakugan, Ben 10, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and eventually Pokemon. After we had become friends and I started hanging at his house more often, we started watching a lot more television. And this was around the time when we got introduced to Pokemon. I think at the time, the black and white series is what was playing on TV. We had watched an earlier film, but this was more or less the time that I started really getting interested in Pokemon. And so now we're here, maybe 15 years later, nearly 15 years later, opening up a box of Pokemon packs on YouTube. And let me tell you guys a little bit about why I chose this set specifically, The Glory of Team Rocket, in Japanese. Well, if you haven't noticed, there's been a bit of a recent Pokemon craze, especially since the release of Pokemon TCG, the mobile game app. So, ever since this application came out on our phones, which allowed us to open up Pokemon packs remotely without having to spend any money, it created a huge new resurgence of people collecting Pokemon packs. Now, if you remember about 4 years ago, Logan Paul opened a first edition base set booster box. And that kind of broke the internet. I think the video's on, or the live stream is on like 10 million views by now. And since then, I think, is when the Pokemon card market has really, you know, come back. And we've seen a new resurgence of people like myself who were interested in Pokemon before. And now, as an adult and with some adult money, we can open up some Pokemon packs. All right, and this is the first pack of Glory of Team Rocket. Coughing, we love that. Houndour. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on? We've already got a hit. No freaking way. This is Team Rocket's Houndoom. I'm not sure if this is the full art version. I'm not sure what this is called, but I know this is Houndoom here. And this is Team Rocket's. Wow, okay. I was not expecting to get a hit in the very first bag. So I hope it means that there's some more hits on the way. By the way, guys, we got some sleeves today to protect these nice looking cards, and then at the end we'll show everything we packed. But that is a crazy start to the video. No way. No freaking way. Team Rocket's Houndoom. Sick. Sick. I think we'll put these here in the back. As I was saying, with the new Pokemon craze, the prices of Pokemon boxes in general have skyrocketed. Boxes that were 30 euros last year are now up to 100 euros this year, which is kind of insane. Most of these prices mainly relate to the English sets. And I think it's because English sets are more popular because of reasons like people are able to actually read what's on their Pokemon cards, and just the fact that the English is more famous than the Japanese, in my opinion. So I think that's the reason why most of the prices have gone up, mainly for the English sets, which is one of the reasons why I ended up getting this Japanese box of Team Rocket, because the same set in English is worth around 200 euros and this one was 90. The second reason is the fact that a couple of the chase cards in this set were parts of my original team on Pokemon Pearl. Now, Pokemon Pearl was the first ever Pokemon game I played. And after watching the series and you know, getting addicted to the show, I asked my mum for a present that would soon become an important piece of my childhood. And for me, it happened to be the Nintendo 2DS. Now, unfortunately, the Nintendo 2DS that I was originally given has since then been lost. I left it on a plane by accident with Super Mario inside of it. But I mean, the screen was half broken, which is a shame, but yeah, I left it on a plane and I will never get it back. I got Pokemon Pearl on the Nintendo 2DS as a Christmas present, and I immediately became addicted. And I think this is where my proper, you know, addiction and craze for Pokemon really came from. My love for Pokemon really came from, and my love for the older generations of Pokemon. Because I mean, I'm not really a big fan of what the Pokemon company is producing nowadays with modern sets and modern Pokemon. You know, things that I can't really name and things that I can't really get behind. But I love the older, like, manky Pokemon cards, and that's one of the reasons why I also got this Team Rocket box, because it's mainly just filled with Pokemon that we all know and love. And for this, we get a non-holo, non-reverse Ampharos. If you guys played any of the Pokemon games back in the day, Ruby and Sapphire, Diamond and Pearl, Red or Blue, you will know that the Pokemon company used to make banger video games back in the day. And we're chasing something in this set. Couple of cards in the set actually, besides the top hits themselves, like the Team Rocket's Mewtwo you can get, or the Team Rocket's Houndoom, which we have got. The other chase card we're looking for is the Team Rocket's Crobat. Now Crobat, funnily enough, was part of my original team in Pokemon Pearl. So it's one of the reasons why I'm opening this Glory of Team Rocket set today. Muck, and yeah, not sure what this guy's name is, but we'll call him Redfin with the big teeth. As I've already explained, my initial love for Pokemon came from getting a Nintendo 2DS, eventually the 3DS, and buying the Pokemon games to play on it. Starting with Pokemon Pearl. I think I then bought Pokemon Y and Pokemon Sapphire. Sheesh, look it out. Check it out. Houndoom, we got your full art over there. Meowth. Not sure what you are, my friend. Icehorn, Mareep, and oh my lovely. We got an artwork here of Kangaskhan with Wooper there in the background. Very, very cool. I love Kangaskhan. I think it's such a cool Pokemon. The way it just carries like its little baby in the pouch there. And the Wooper on the side is quite funny as well. That's a great artwork, I must say. That is so slick. Very, 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 very nice. Let's get this thing on the sleeve. But besides the series and, you know, the Pokemon games and the 2DS, where else has my love for Pokemon and Pokemon collecting come from? Well, if you were to ask someone, what was the biggest thing that happened during the summer of 2016? If their answer isn't the crazy Pokemon Go craze, then they were clearly living under a rock. You know, my brother likes to say it quite often, and I think it's really funny. When Pokemon Go came out, it was the closest we've been to world peace. You know, everyone walking around on the streets just trying to catch these little pocket monsters, as they were originally called, on their phone. You know, people just going all over the place, trespassing onto people's houses, and just everyone's love for collecting and for catching these Pokemon was real, and you could see it. And I agree with my brother when I say it's the closest we've been to world peace for sure. All right, Hypno, Meowth, Barracuda, Pineco, and Reverse Holo Articuno, one of the legendary birds. We love to see it. Going back to the Pokemon Go real quick. When Pokemon Go came out, it was crazy and everyone was playing it. And I, of course, was no different. In fact, if you're an old member of the channel and if you've been watching us for a while, you will know that your boy back in the day used to make Pokemon Go videos. Yeah, that's right. I would, you know, use a little screen app on my phone, screen recording, and just go crazy and just be, you know, walking around half an hour, 20 minutes, just trying to catch Pokemon, making some Pokemon Go content. Obviously, back in the day, nobody watched it. I think those videos have like 20-ish views. And, you know, fair enough. But it's just to show that your boy was out here, making Pokemon Go content. Let's crack into these packs. This is like the evolution of the Barracuda. Raticate, right? Raticate. Ekans. Grassgirl, and Team Rocket, I think that's Poison Energy, if I'm not mistaken. So when the Pokemon Go craze was going on, this is like 2016, 2017, this is also around the time that I started watching a lot of Pokemon YouTubers, people like PokeCollect, Mystic7, and of course, when you watch Pokemon YouTubers and Pokemon is going crazy, what was the next best thing or the next big thing that was gonna happen? Regirock EX, cool. That's a cool card. Well, you guessed it, opening Pokemon packs. Now, I won't lie, if I haven't been watching, and if I hadn't been watching, you know, YouTubers, Pokemon YouTubers open packs, I definitely wouldn't have been as interested to get started in this hobby, but I'm honestly so glad I have, because it's such a fun hobby, and you know, as an adult, and you know, when you have your own money, it's nice to spend money on things that, you know, interest you and things that just bring you a little bit of joy. Kind of like, you know, just like filling, you know, or giving some energy, some life to that inner child inside of me who still loves Pokemon and who started loving Pokemon at the age of 6, and I'm now 21, going on 22 next year. So it's been in the process, Larvitar, Nidoran. What is this one called, man? I cannot remember for the life of me what this Pokemon card is called. It's like, it starts with a B. I think it starts with a B. And a rare, ooh, Moltres EX. I know there's a Team Rocket's Moltres, which is the second biggest hit in this set. But this is pretty cool. This is just your regular Moltres EX with the stars. Look at that. The wave for Pokemon collecting has just been insane, and it's so cool to see so many people who were interested in Pokemon in the past come back to the franchise in this form, which I think is a really fun form because it just gives you a chance to appreciate some artwork and some Pokemon that you haven't seen in a while, be it in Japanese or in English, and just enjoy the franchise for what it is, and honestly just enjoy it by yourself, enjoy it with friends, and it's fun. It's fun. I think that's the best way I can put it. All right, we got Murkrow, we got Shroom, I think it's called Shroomy something. Rattata, ratatata. Nidoran and Pupitar, evolution of Larvitar. One to the front with Japanese. All right, let's see what we get. All right, Arcanine, Drowsy, Porygon, Breloom, and reverse holo Zenith or Zenith, I think, something like that. Okay, so as I was saying, that was 4 years ago. Why am I only opening Pokemon packs now and making it as a video now? Well, you know, as I told you before, I have my own personal collection, which I've been collecting over the years. So this isn't my first, you know, Pokemon product that I'm opening. In fact, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. This is a booster box or booster bundle of Shining Treasure EX Japanese. Little backstory to this, I was in Japan last year, in Osaka if I remember correctly. I was looking for some Pokemon packs because there it's ridiculously cheap. As I said here, like the prices have gone insane. You know, this box right here, around the time was going for about maybe close to say like 45 or 40 euros. Now the same box is worth 100 euros. That's insane. That's crazy. To be honest with you, the only reason I've decided to make this video here today was mainly because my friends were asking me if I was gonna record a video on this box, but also secondly, as an adult with your own adult money, if you wanna spend on something, you have to be certain, right? Because you work for the money, you get the money, and you spend it, it ain't coming back. It's not like some pocket money or some allowance you get from your parents. So I wanted to be certain that I was buying something cool, something with like a decent amount of hits inside. As you guys can see here, we've got a few hits already and a couple of artworks in the back there. And Golbat, we want your evolution, my friend. We want your final evolution. So yeah, I think I've covered all the points as to why I'm here, why I'm making the YouTube video, why I'm opening, you know, this booster box, considering the fact that it's cheaper, considering the fact that it's got, you know, a decent amount of hits inside, as it's part of, you know, the modern era of Pokemon cards. You know, I wish I could open some of the older sets, some of the stuff containing, you know, cards that I have in my personal collection that I'll show you guys at the end of the video. But it's just nice to have hits in the modern sets, so you can just open it and be guaranteed a hit or two, which is cool. Ooh! Oh, speaking of hits, we got our first trainer full art card. I don't know, I think this is called an art rare. SR, so it's a secret rare. This is a secret rare in the Japanese sets, and really, really cool actually. I kind of fuck with it. Yo, he low-key got drip on. He low-key got that shit on. Hey, but hey, that's our third hit this box. It makes me think that we're not gonna have any more hits in the video, which I really hope is not the case, because then we've just got like endless packs here to open without any hits inside. So let's get into this pack. When I was finishing my university course this year, my one-year university course, a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to take part in a reality TV show as a robotics camera operator. Now, I was a bit skeptical, to be honest, because I was finishing my course. I had a month left on it, and I really just wanted to get a good grade at the end of it. But after speaking to a really good friend of mine and, giving some advice, him giving me some advice, and then myself going to ask the teachers about it, everyone told me, and I agreed upon it, to go after the job. Flaffy, whatever you are, and wheezing. Wheezing. Right then. But this was in, when was this? This was, I think it was in the month of August, which is the last month of my school year. But because I missed the last month, I had the opportunity to work on a reality TV show for one of the biggest TV channels in Portugal, SIC. And it's called Married at First Sight, if you're curious in watching it. Now, Married at First Sight, the type of thing that I wouldn't expect myself to be working on, and yet there I am, making oh, Team Rocket's Macro. Let's get it. That is one of the nice pulls we were looking for. And look at the artwork, man, with the city lights behind it. You got the Macro here, and she's like looking at it like, man, this is my favorite Pokemon. She also got them long earrings on. Yeah, really, really nice card. Really, really nice card. Amazing. Amazing. So yeah, that was the first project that happened in August. We then had 2 weeks holiday, I think. 2 weeks or a month holiday, which I spent roaming around Europe with my brother and some friends during an interrail trip. So after my holiday in Europe, I actually got called back to do another reality show for the same TV channel SIC, but this one was called Aldeia do Amor, which is the Love Village, translated into English. And similar style, but the twist on this one is that as the parents were inside the house and as the adults were inside the house trying to get to know each other, their children are watching from a secret annex that they don't know anything about, which is kind of funny and kind of cool. And that project lasted 2 months, and it definitely helped me, further my knowledge and further my want to continue working in the field. Maybe not in television, but definitely as a camera operator. City Train, Kangaskhan, Rotom, Grimer, Reverse Hollow, Wobbuffet. Swallow, Flaffy, Rotom, ooh, Mewtwo EX. Now this is not the Mewtwo we were hoping for. The Mewtwo we're hoping for is the top chase card in this set. It's the Team Rocket's Mewtwo, which looks absolutely insane with Giovanni posing next to it. But hey, 2 Mewtwo's, you can't really complain about it, if I'm being honest with you. All right. Oh my God, I just pulled out the freaking rare, which means that there ain't gonna be nothing else in here, right? Oh, there we go. Reverse Hollow Zapdos. Well, that was the worst way to open up a Pokemon pack. I apologize, really, really apologize to all the Pokemon fans who are watching me right now and probably cried after me opening that pack. My bad, my bad. So as a redemption, we're gonna pull the Crobat from this pack right now. Watch. Team Rocket's Drone, Mankey, Bell, Skarmory, Flowers. Shit. That was our rare. That was our rare. How many packs we got left? We think we got like maybe 5 or 6 packs left, and then we'll be done. Ooh, big bearded man, big bearded stone, Nose Pass. This is the evolution of Swallow. I think it's called Tailo, Shroom, Before the Obama Snow, and the Nido King EX. Cool card. Nose Pass, whatever you are. Nidoran, Porygon, Mimikyu. 4 packs left. No Crobat, but we've got a decent amount of cards already. We've got the Team Rocket's Murkrow, the Houndoom, the Trainer card, the Kangaskhan, the Moltres, the Nidoking. Just need the Crobat. That's all we're hoping for. That's all we're hoping for. Just give me the Crobat, baby. Just give me the Crobat. I was a little bit skeptical about making this video. I've never done Pokemon pack opening before, so a bit nervous about how I can manage everything. But I think I'm doing all right. Let me know if you guys are enjoying the video by leaving a like, subscribing down below, and leaving a comment if you guys want to see some more Pokemon pack openings. But here we are. Okay, Team Rocket's Drone, Pinecone, Zubat, Drowsy, Houndoom. Regular. Last 3 packs of the set, guys. And then I'm going to show you my personal collection. All right, one from the back. Let's see what we got. Team Rocket's Pokeball, Swallow, Zubat, Nosepass, and Fortress. We got Team Rocket, Breloom, Snow Cone, Tailo, and Medichan. All right, last pack magic. Let's see what we get. All right. For the last time, card to the front, and let's see what we get. Porygon Z, Porygon Y, Nidoran, Mareep, and to end it off, the reverse holo spider. All right, so that was the whole booster box, and these are all the hits that we got from today's booster box of Glory of Team Rocket. Some really cool cards. The Houndoom, Team Rocket's Houndoom. I think this is a really big card in the set actually, and the Kangaskhan. All very, very beautiful cards. Now, as promised, if you guys have made it to the end of the video, first up, I hope you have enjoyed it. And second off, let's have a look at my personal collection. Let me go ahead and grab it for you. Now, I know 300 euros is nothing special in the grand scheme of things, but to me, it's worth a lot, and it's more sentimental value than physical value anyways. So the first card we have here is a Japanese Gyarados Holo Rare. Now, this was the first card I actually ever bought while I was in my trip in Japan. I think I got this when I was in Sendai, just before going to Tokyo. And I walked into the shop, and I think I either traded and bought something for it, or I just bought it maybe for like 1,800 yen. It's not in the best of shape, but it has got the original Pocket Monsters on the back, which is what Pokemon was called before being called Pocket Monsters. And I just think it's a really cool card. Gyarados, one of my favorite Pokemon. Right, the Raichu, which I got at a recent store, because I thought, like, you know, these bubbles here, and there's a couple of spiral, there's a spiral or two as well. I'm not sure if you guys can see it right next to his tail. There's a spiral right there, and I don't know, I just fell in love with this card when I first saw it. Then we have the Pidgeot, connected to the original series, connected to Ash, connected to the fact that it, you know, part of the first Pokemon. A couple of scratches on it, but again, I don't buy it to resell. You know, personally, I'm gonna keep these until whenever, to be honest. Then we move on to the Victory Bell. I love the artwork on this one. You know, it looks like he sat on a massive tree in the jungle. This kind of art style of old school retro holo, something that I just a fanboy of these older school ones. Now we're moving on to a card that I recently pulled, talking about in the last month or two at the same shop where I got the Raichu and the Victory Bell. But this one came from a pack. But anyways, we pulled one of the modern Charizards of the new Mega Evolution era. This one is from Japanese Mega Evolution. Such a beautiful card. You have normal Charizard here, and then the Mega Charizard as well. The colors are great, the design is great. Now I'm showing you probably my prized possession. It is the Master Ball Gengar from 151. I remember pulling this. I was just chilling in my, just chilling in a bed in Japan. I can't remember where I was.
Oh, I'm just chilling in bed in my hostel, right? And I've just gone and packed the freaking 151 Master Ball Gengar. Yeah!
The reason why it's so expensive is because not only is it Gengar, which is a super popular Pokemon, but it's also got these Master Balls on it. You can get one with Pokeballs, which is a bit more common, but the Master Ball one is not. And that's what makes it so rare. Anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. One more time, just checking it out. This is everything we got. This is all our bulk from today. And over here is the mountain that used to belong to the glory of Team Rocket. But yeah, guys, just gonna wrap it up for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.